when somebody is talking like this, we're going to have a teachable moment. Okay. Alexander, I understand you're Norwegian. That's great. You don't like hating. It's okay. Hating on natives is okay as long as they're white. No, I don't hate on any natives. I don't hate on people that are just minding their business and doing their thing. I will tell you that there really is nothing like a white indigenous thing. That's not a thing. So the only reason that your people are white, I'm sorry, what was his name? The only reason your people are white, Alexander, is because a long time ago, they migrated from the cradle of civilization far away from the equator, and therefore melanin was not as needed in their system. That's why. Yet we are all originated from a Black woman in Ethiopia. Please understand that. White is not a race. And I honestly, at this point, I'm just seriously, go back to Nick Fuentes. Why are these people here?
I have been very clear.
Shit.
I have been very clear about this, and I'm going to address Fuentes on Saturday. You guys have to understand something, and I've been saying this for a while. There are so many more critical issues to worry about than whether or not you're losing your white hegemony in the United States. Because the fact of the matter is, guys,
nobody hates you because you're white. Again, I mean, maybe people hate you, but I don't hate you because you're white.
Could I please?
Yeah.
Could I? Thank you. So do I think that there is active anti-white sentiment in the United States? Yes, there is, but do not forget where it's coming from. You guys have to remember that there is a divide and conquer strategy by the powers that be that is so crystal clear obvious today. Does that mean that a substantial portion of people in political circles are not trained SEALs, that they see something and then instinctively they just go along with it because that is the perception of what the average person is interested in? That's a big part of it. I casually glanced at the Sun Sentinel Facebook page today.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Just listen. In lieu of the commentary regarding Wasserman Schultz running in Florida's 20th district. And as you can imagine, there was a slew of people that came to Wasserman Schultz's defense. Now, granted, this is the Sun Sentinel page, so that's not entirely surprising. But when I tell you that it was a very specific type of person that was coming to Wasserman Schultz's defense, old, white, privileged, and Jewish, pretty much every single one of them. Some of them were gay, and some of them were Black. But the consensus, old, white, privileged, and Jewish. Now, why would that be? Because divide and conquer is what works in this country. The reason why certain cultures focus more on identification than others do, as sort of a prerequisite, is because they're disregarded in this country constantly, whether because of their dark skin, their cultural norms, whatever it is. And most, if not all of it, is based on economics. This is the way it's always been. And that's never going to change. So one of the reasons why we criticize Jews as much as we do is because they are at the top of the economic ladder and they act like victims. They have succeeded a millionfold in our broken system. And yet, they get a defense shield that if other cultures even had a sliver of it, with the amount of elbow grease they put into the hard work they do on a regular basis, could you imagine how they would thrive?
No, can I talk about this for a second? Let me know when you're done pontificating.
I'm done.
Okay. None of this for anybody out there about the white people, okay? You need to learn the difference between prejudice and racism and what that means. Are there individuals that don't like white people? Sure. There's individuals that don't like all people. But is there some systemic structure in this country that keeps people down because they're white? Have there been complete systems put into place in this country that go against what's in the interest of white people? Because if you can show me systemic racism against white people, because what you're talking about is just people not liking you. That's some snowflake bullshit. Okay. I don't care.
Alexander,
It's
we're not
systemic in the UK. You
we're
have
not in
systemic
the
racism.
UK. And the UK does have a big problem. I'm not saying that they don't, but you need to specify that the identity. And again,
and here's the thing, maybe if the people would stop thinking that white is a race, you would stop seeing everything as anti-white that you don't like. Because I haven't heard, Alexander, of some big rash of anti-Norwegian hate crimes going around the world. I haven't heard of the systemic hate crimes against the Norwegians. But I know what's going on against Muslims, and I know what's going on against Palestinians. So when the Norwegians are the subject of the genocide, I will fight for you too, Alexander.
And this is a prime example of where you could say, I don't hate Jewish people, but I hate Jewish supremacy. And I would like to think that just about everybody pretty much agrees with that sentiment. Now, do I think that it's fair to say that a lot of people have developed a visceral hatred towards Jews overall, especially in light of the fact that there is no daylight, according to Zionists, between Judaism and Zionism? Yes, I think that that's very fair. And I think and you know what? I'm not gonna hate them for it. I can't, because the latitude has been too great. And I'm going to show you guys a prime example of that. Now, you know where we stand on Florida's 6th congressional district, even with somebody like Dan Bilzerian. Randy Fine.
Oh, good God. Okay.
Is as bad as it gets, or Randy Swine, I should say. I know people think that this was a slip of the tongue. They often like to suggest that that's what this is, but it's not. He knows what he said. He meant what he said. And he sat down with Patrick Bett, Star of David, and made this statement.
Israel's enemies are our enemies. I often say the reason they hate Israel is because Israel is small and Israel is close to where they are. And so I believe standing with Israel stands with a country that largely shares the same values that we do. Does that mean I think we should put the interests of America over Israel? No.
Obviously.
So wait. Because they're small and they're near them, that's why they hate them. Well, by that logic, we would hate all the countries in Latin America just because they're small and we're near them. What kind of stupid ass thing is that to say? You are so, oh my God, this man. Again, I use the term man so loosely. I'm just going to start saying male. I am.
I think we should put the interests of America over Israel? No, but I haven't seen an instance
where
did you say,
does that mean we should put the interest of America over Israel? No?
No, does that mean we should put the interest of Israel over America?
Okay, I want to make sure.
All right, if I misspoke, I apologize. But no, we should not.
That was not Freudian, was it?
Not a chance.
Was it?
Not
Swine.
a chance. Sitting there with that freaking tiny hat on his head.
Oh my God.
You know,
oh my
honestly,
God.
this is what, and again, whether anybody here is Jewish, if anybody here is a practicing Jew, I want
the
to be
irony of the Jew being a swine is really kind of also an extra fuck you, which I like.
Well, I definitely agree. Here's the biggest reason why we make fun of the tiny hats, especially on his enormous, on top of his enormous cranium. We know Randy Fine. We have followed him in politics long before the nation ever heard of him.
And I don't know him personally, fortunately.
No.
I have not had the misfortune of meeting this fuck.
But he used to sit right near Anna Eskamani. And that's how we became acquainted with him. And I can assure you,
no, circumcision does not make it look bigger. Onward.
Jesus, Jen.
I'm married to a urologist. It's at least the thing I could do is answer.
So when he was in Tallahassee, he never wore the tiny hat. Never. That doesn't mean he wasn't pro-Israel, but it's a prop. It's a signal.
Totally.
First of all, anybody who is truly Jewish, like truly subscribes to the teachings of the Old Testament, the Torah, would never conduct themselves the way that he does, the way that he talks about other people. His Jewish supremacy knows no bounds. Now, do I think he's a supremacist. I think he is a very unhappy, gargantuan man who hates himself. And the fact that he has been as power hungry
Rightfully
as
so. Rightfully
does,
so. At least he has a certain amount of self-awareness.
and as a result, it should not come as any surprise to anybody that he acts the way that he does. Excuse
Yeah, I
me.
agree, Aaron. He spent way too many hours at Bob Evans. Agreed.
What's that? Is that a steakhouse? Is that what that is?
No, you don't know what Bob Evans is? It's kind of like a Perkins or a Baker Square or a
Oh,
Denny. A little bit maybe better than a Bob Evans is like a little bit better.
well, the thing that's actually very popular in Florida, ladies and gentlemen, is the what's known as the original Pancake House. There are a number of
They have
locations.
those other places. That's not just here. That's a lot of
Well,
places.
Well, if you remember, the thing that the thing that the original Pancake House does is called the apple pancake.
Yes.
My guess is that he's had a few of those in his life.
My favorite's the German, but anywho.
Interesting. Sprachst du Deutsch?
I think they call it Dutch baby there, but it's really like a
That's
German
correct.
pancake.
It's
Yeah,
like
but
Dutch.
it's a German pancake. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll finish it up.
No, I
But
know
I
I'm
have
not
yet
wrong
to
on
see
that.
an instance where standing with Israel is not a good thing for the United States as well.
Are you? This guy's out of his mind. Like,
I need him to go away. You need to make him go away.
you know,
Make him stop.
and we're going to obviously get into the fact that I think that Israel might very well, but believe it or not, I think Israel might be on its last legs. And there are
Please. Isn't that the goal?
And so I really think we need to be cognizant of the fact that certain people are going to need that heads are going to need to roll. And Randy Fine is one of those people that needs his head to roll. And so
I don't know. His head is really rotund. It might just sort of thud to the ground. I don't know that he'll get a lot of like, gravity, and I don't know. I don't know if his head will roll. We could, posture on that.
You're also making everybody hungry in the chat, Jen. Spam,
No way.
waffles, bacon, sausage.
I'm not doing that.
According to Willie, apparently the turkey dinner at Bob Evans is really good.
Oh my God, you guys. I know. We have people in here arguing about everything from Bob Evans to circumcision. You guys really are very off track and distracted.